Hi everyone, this is Greg Sweeney here in Sydney, and today I've got Brad Dixon on the line. Brad Dixon, let's talk about LifeVantage.
Well, let's do, definitely. I guess to start off with, again, thank you all for, so far, all the hard work that everybody has done. I know we've been making great strides, and this month has been actually fantastic. So we got a little bit ways to go, but hopefully with this webinar and the broadcast, and as time goes on with the next few weeks, we're going to continue to put on the distributors and look forward. I'm actually planning on coming over in April anyways when we launch, so I'm looking forward to being back over there. But let's get, I guess, get this thing rolling. Let's give just a brief synopsis of LifeVantage and the company. LifeVantage was actually started, the company in the network marketing arena started in May of 2009. Since that time, the company has grown very rapidly. We've, in that time, have launched in 2 other countries, one being Mexico, the other one being in Japan, and the United States, obviously, is where it started. So far, the company has been extremely successful, not only from the business marketing standpoint of the distributors, but also in regards to the product. I think we all know that tons of products are out on the market, and they are a dime a dozen. But what truly defines a product is how well the testimonies are of how well it works. And that's been greatly seen not only in our country, but a few other countries, and quite a few other countries as well as Australia. I do know we have quite a few testimonies that are taking place over there as well. So the product is fantastic. The company this last fiscal year did approximately $38 million in total sales. Again, that number is not huge because we're so relatively new. But we do, currently right now, we just had our last call, which was our fiscal second quarter, and the numbers were outstanding again. We're having 230 to 241% growth over prior years. We raised our projection. We are a publicly traded company. The ticker symbol is LFVN. Again, the ticker symbol is LFVN. We're completely open for people to take a look at the company's financials. We raised our projection with the SEC to be year-end fiscal of 2012 for us, which would be increased to 115 million. So the company is growing rapidly. What we want to do now is give you the opportunity of getting in on that at the very ground floor. Obviously, we're in pre-launch phase right now in Australia, which means you can actually sign up, as Greg said, without any money outlay and start building your business before anything is even charged. So it gives you a great opportunity to be on the ground floor, which most people really don't get that opportunity to do. But let's get into a little bit more about Protandim itself and the main product that was actually brought about that started all this. People like to ask, what is Protandim? Protandim is a combination of 5 ingredients. Those of you that you can see that on the screen. But what these 5 ingredients does is it creates a synergistic activity effect. And it's a messenger inside the cell. And this messenger turns on our survival genes that we all have already inside our body. The difference is that our body stops producing these survival genes, or actually slows down as we age, which we all know the aging process basically destroys our cells. That cell being destroyed creates a disease process. That disease, we all know it, cancer, diabetes, tumors, Parkinson's, Alzheimer's, about 200 diseases that we now know of that are actually the leading cause of this is by oxidative stress. So we all want to know what basically oxidative stress is. You know, that's a term that's being out there that's been more publicized over the last probably 5 to 10 years. Oxidative stress is just damage to the cells, and we can kind of look at that on the screen there. Is that what's happening to your body is exactly what happens to, say, like a piece of fruit that you cut open. If you leave it out, it starts to oxidize, which is rust. Our bodies are actually doing that. We are rusting from the inside out. So what Protandim does is it goes into our cell on a DNA level, and it triggers our body to upregulate our natural enzymes to fight this. All right, we have stuff like catalyst and glutathione and superoxide dismutates that actually is in our body already that helps us. That's why we stay young when we're in our 20s. If you think about it, our DNA has not changed when we were born. We still have the same DNA. The problem is that it's expressing itself differently because of the damage that's happening by oxidative stress. What Protandim does is it goes into our cell and it tells our DNA to upregulate those genes again, well, just like it was when we were 20. So instead of actually taking a product or taking something inside our body and thinking that we're going to be able to change something by ingesting something, rather the approach is let's go in and actually affect the DNA, affect the cell to produce something that our body already naturally does and upregulate it, because it works so much better. It works way, way farther better than what you can actually consume. So our bodies are doing this no different. The damage or the free radicals, and that's the term that's used that's actually damaging our cells. We produce over 300 septillion. Let me give you a kind of an example of what 300 septillion, because that's an odd figure if you think about it. Most of us don't even, I've never heard of that until I got involved with LifeVantage 2.5 years ago. If you put a 3 and follow that by 23 zeros, that is a septillion, okay? So if we put that into terms or numbers that we're used to, let's see, what is it? 9 zeros would be a billion. 12 zeros would be a trillion. Now we're talking numbers of, you know, the U.S. deficit. But now let's add more zeros onto that. 23. So for us to actually consume products that are going to make a dent in that, it's not going to happen. We would actually have to consume, I think they said something like 90 glasses of wine, a crate of oranges, and even when you start doing that, you think about it, we have to metabolize that. And when you metabolize that much food, we're going to create that much more free radicals, because that's where the free radicals are actually occurring, by the foods that we eat, the things that we drink, the toxins that are in the air. That's what creates those. So we have got to do something different. The antioxidant myth that's out there that we can consume enough foods to change that is actually not valid. We cannot do that. Now, I myself have heard that quite a few people have tried to do the wine theory and try to drink 90 glasses of wine, but that doesn't work very well over here in the United States, and I'm sure it probably doesn't over there either. But I'm sure some people had fun trying. But why don't they work? And here's one of the main reasons why. An antioxidant molecule, if we were to consume a food or take a product that actually works on a direct method, it's only going to be able to interact with one free radical, which means it's a one-and-done situation. So you can see why now we have to consume so much food when we have 300 septillion free radicals going on in our body. We just can't consume enough food. Protandim actually stimulates our body to upregulate our own natural enzymes, and these enzymes can work on a 1 to 1 million per second every second. And they're catalytic, which means they can produce this and do this over and over and over again. So the longer that you're on Protandim, the more protection that you have in your body. It just keeps building up and building up and building up. So that's why Protandim can reduce oxidative stress 40 to 70% in 100% of the people that take it. This is actually scientifically proven. We do not state anything, or nor could we state anything that's not scientifically proven, especially being a publicly traded company. So for us to actually say that we can reduce cellular aging and be publicly traded and say that is huge, guys. We have the only product on the face of this earth that can actually do that. And that obviously leads into business opportunities with being first. But some of the things that separates Protandim from other supplements that's out on the market, it upregulates antioxidant enzyme protective genes, and it also downregulates some of those genes which cause inflammation and carcinogenic and fibrotic genes. These are all downregulated. So when we have a product that actually can go into our body and help us, one of the patents, we actually have 4 patents now on the product. One of the patents is to reduce C-reactive protein. Those of you that are hearing this that might have diabetes or ever been tested for diabetes know that that's one of the biomarkers that they check for, which is C-reactive protein. That is a biomarker of inflammation. That is huge when we have a natural product with a patent that reduces actual C-reactive protein. It is a very powerful activator of biochemical messenger to over 3,000 survival genes. So guys, this is very, very powerful science, and it actually is a very, very powerful product. The 8 peer-reviewed published studies are now actually 9 peer-reviewed published studies. We just had one recently that went out. There's 10 actual papers that are on it. All this stuff can be found in pubmed.gov. Those of you that like to do your research, which I do encourage, it's pubmed.gov. There's a search item in there, and you can type in oxidative stress, or you can type in oxidative stress and cancer, or type in Protandim if you want to see those. Those are all in there. We have over 25 universities worldwide in 6 different countries conducting independently funded studies. Now, out of those 9 peer-reviewed published studies, 7 of them have been independently funded. Now, the first couple of them, obviously when a company gets started, you have to get some studies out there. And those are typically going to be the R&D doctors, the research and development teams that are actually involved in this to get this out. So that's the very start of it. But once that started, and ABC did a primetime study on this in 2005, all the other universities started coming on board and wanted to use the product for their own to see what this product would do with their research with oxidative stress. That's how this whole system of Protandim really got into the mainstream, because of the way it was being interactive with other research and development doctors that were out there all doing studies on oxidative stress. The opportunity, we have 2 products. That is it, folks. Those of you that have ever been involved with network marketing companies know that typically they have thousands of products or hundreds of products that you're having to try to sell. This isn't something that we sell. We actually share the opportunity with people, and we believe everybody is smart enough to make their own decision. When they see the science and they actually do their own research, they will find out that this product is amazing. But we have 2. We have Protandim, which goes inside the body and actually helps with the DNA inside the cells. And we have a topical. The topical lotion is actually for the largest organ in our body, which is obviously our skin. We believe that there only really needs to be 2, an inside-out, outside-in approach. And these are the 2 products that have proven to work. And so far, we're only going to stick with the products that we know that scientifically proven to work. The company, again, it was originally a research and development company. It was Lifeline Therapeutics back in the early 2000s. They then, when the ABC Primetime came out, they had millions of people wanting the product. They went into the retail sales. Just like most companies, they grew extremely fast. And then we have a scientific-based product that it has a story to tell. With those being in retail outlets, it was very difficult for this story to be told. So the company actually rose up very rapidly and then actually came down very rapidly. I won't lie to you guys. The company, if you looked at it as a whole, probably back in 2008 or 2009, I myself wouldn't have stuck $1 in it. The company itself was spending more money than what they were making. but they knew that they had a very, very viable product that they needed to get out there, and the best way of doing this was by word of mouth. Network marketing company started in 2009. It was, if I'm not mistaken, and I've done some research on this, this is the very first network marketing company to start publicly traded, which is also a very huge deal for us whenever you have a network marketing company that's publicly traded. And you have the timing and the trend. Timing and the trend, we'll go into a little detail about that later on. But, well, I'll go into it now. This is the next window. Window of opportunities. When we start looking at this from a business perspective, most of us that ever get involved in something typically lose the startup phase. Either it's because it's too risky, or it costs too much money, or we're just not sure of whether or not the company is going to perform properly or not. So a lot of you that have actually purchased stocks or anything else like that, or started your own company, you know it takes a tremendous amount of company for the first 4 to 5 years before you can even possibly start seeing a very large return, or if return at any for that fact. So how do most people get involved in these companies and make it big? How do they become successfully financially rewarded because of what they've done? Well, we all hear about them. We all know that there's people out there that do it, but why isn't it one of us? And the deal is just because, number one, we usually don't have that opportunity. To be first in a billion-dollar company or a billion-dollar network marketing company, typically you have to be the first ones in, and that's, you have a 0.3% chance. Here in the United States, there's about 300 million people. If you take a look at that, that's about the first 150,000. To be the first 150,000 in a billion-dollar network marketing company, it's probably not going to happen. You have to know someone to be able to get there. Where you guys are at right now, if you look at that graph right there, that little dot represents critical mass and momentum. That's when the company starts going through their massive growth. Everybody that gets in before that takes place, that's where 80% of the people are the ones who are making the money. Those are the pioneers. Those are the people that get in first and actually do the ground floor work. Yes, sometimes it can be stressful. Yes, I will say that sometimes it's a risk. But at the same side is that just as much as there is risk and opportunity, there's the upside to it. And when it works and it's done properly, you will be financially rewarded in a fashion that most people don't have an opportunity to. So I would encourage you to look at this from a business standpoint and know that you're in way before that little blue dot right there before critical mass hits. Australia is in a pre-launch mode, which means we have not even launched yet. You can actually build your business before we even start charging cards. So you're actually in at the very ground floor opportunity. I do know that there was quite a few different papers that were out. I know Warren Buffett, those of you that might know of him, I don't know him personally, but Warren Buffett, Donald Trump, all of them have always talked about network marketing companies, and that's the best opportunity for you to be able to make a large amount of money. And when I say that, I'm not meaning money, and understand it from a standpoint of money isn't the perfect of end all to be all. But what it does do is it does provide you the opportunity to have a choice, freedom. And some people call it liberty, which is free of oppression. I myself look at this as that I now have the opportunity to spend time with my wife and my daughter that I normally wouldn't have to because I was having to punch a clock for someone else. And if you have the opportunity to do that, it's definitely, in my mind, worth the risk. You're doing it with a proven product. It's a publicly traded company. You're in startup, and you do have ownership, which is very, very unique. Now, let's talk about how we get started. What is Protandim's cost? What are we looking at? As a preferred customer. Now, a preferred customer is not a distributor. They're people that are just wanting the product. Those of you that have that are tuning into this, that have been involved or have actually been taking Protandim, you know how easy the preferred customers actually want the product. There are thousands of people that want this over in Australia. And right now we need to build the base so we can provide those thousands and hundreds of thousands of people with the product. As a preferred customer, it's $49, and as a preferred customer for the True Science, it's $84. Retail customers, those are people that do not, they just want to go in and buy it. You get a replicated website. If they go to your website and just buy the product and not become a preferred customer, they will pay retail. That would be $59, and the retail customer would pay $94 for the True Science. So you can see there's an advantage for people to actually sign up as a preferred customer. Either way you get paid. As a distributor, you will get paid whether they're a retail customer or preferred customer. But one thing is that we don't want to be a retail outlet, meaning I don't want to be the warehouser. This product is not warehoused by you. Everything gets shipped directly by the company. Everything is in the back office that you have in a computer system that will be able to track every single thing that's done on every single individual. So it makes it very streamlined and very easy for you to manage your business. How do we get involved at the business side? Well, currently right now, the Vantage Pack is $715. And Greg, if I know you're on the line, I want to make sure that I say this correctly. That is also inclusive of GST, correct?
That's correct. That's correct, Brad.
I just wanted to make sure that I was using that properly because we're a little different over here in the United States. We don't include tax on our prices, and the tax comes afterwards. So we might say it's $680, and then next thing you know, you get charged $715. That's not saying it properly over there. So I wanted to make sure I was politically correct over there. So it is $715.
You're right.
Yeah. Okay. You do receive $637 in product and marketing material. So, guys, we're not asking you to actually buy into something that you're not receiving something. You're receiving the product to do with what you will. So you can either give it away, you can actually sell it and get your money back that way if you would like. You do get a free website and back office. We have a free accounting department, free shipping department, and free customer service. So if you think about it, you're actually buying into a business for only $715 with everything already there for you. It is probably one of the best business opportunities that I've seen out there in a long time. And I know I've bought other businesses before and spent hundreds of thousands of dollars on a monthly basis for my overhead, and it's cost me many millions of dollars to get involved. And you know what? I'm in a business now with very little overhead, and when I say very little, we're talking a few $100s of overhead that I spend outside of my travel and stuff like that. But it is the most amazing thing I've ever been involved in.
I suppose just to add something there, Brad, you're getting over a year's supply of the product too. So in that you can have an option to get 13 bottles of Protandim. So it's a hell of a deal.
That is correct, Greg. That is correct. So again, yeah, you do get a year's supply of it. So you get to utilize it how you want. Again, a lot of people will go out and sell it to make their money back that way. I myself personally, I gave mine away to make sure that I was promoting the business and promoting the product, and it worked. It worked for me that way. Everybody's got to find their own way and what works for them, but you are getting something what you're paying for. You're not just buying a business and then they say, oh, let's go buy some product now. You're actually receiving the product for what you're paying for, which is extraordinary in my mind. So how do we get paid on what you do, and what's the whole process that this goes about? So let's talk about that and kind of break it down a little bit. You have the Fast Start bonus, and the Fast Start bonus, we'll go into detail, but basically what the Fast Start bonus is for you to make your money back quickly. This is what we call in business terms is ROI, or your return on investment. So if you're investing $715 from a business standpoint, I would want to know how fast am I going to get my money back? Commission on volume, so how am I going to get paid on a residual side of things? So if everybody continues to buy the product on a monthly basis, how am I getting paid there? Matching bonus is another one that we have, which I'll go into. And how do we receive commissions on worldwide sales? That would be very important to me. Not only do I just want to have a business that's here in the United States, but how am I getting paid off of everything that the company is doing everywhere? So we'll go into a little bit more detail. Fast start bonus. All right, this is a one-time payment. I call this basically the initial purchase payment. So let's say, for instance, you enroll as a distributor, and you're going to go out and find other like-minded people that want to see this opportunity and take advantage of it now while we're in pre-launch. You're going to go out and they're going to enroll, which they would enroll underneath you. And every single time that a person enrolls underneath you, you will receive a $210 check. Now this check is actually, this is in United States dollars, not in AU dollars. So you will be paid as in AU. So currently right now I don't know what the AU dollar is tracking in comparison to the United States. They will set that basis point on the last 12-month average. So if the last 12-month average was say $1.07 or $1.10, you can look at that being 10% increase of that 210. Am I saying that correct, Greg?
Yeah, at the moment we believe it'll be slightly in advance of that, but we do need to wait till we finalise it as we launch.
Correct. So in terms of dollars, we're just going to go ahead and use what's actually in the U.S. dollars right now. But in equivalence to that, whatever it's set at that price point, you will be paid in AU dollars. So if your Australian dollar is price point set higher, then you will get paid higher. So that's the way that works. If it's obviously lower, you will pay less for the product, and then you will get paid based on the commissions of how that works. So for everybody out there, you enroll one person, the next week you will receive a check for $210. You enroll 3 people, you will actually receive a check for $630. So if you go out right now, because there's no money changing hands yet during pre-enrollment, you can actually sign up today, start your business, find 3 people that want to get involved, and when they press the switch and turn everything on, you will actually be charged your $715, but they're going to turn around and send you a check for $630, and you still have $635 worth of product. I don't know about you guys, but I think you're already operating in the black at that point. So that's just using my U.S. math. So let's break this down a little bit further now. You go into your 4th person. So when you enroll your 4th person, you're going to receive $260, and you will receive $260 on your 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th, and so on. So you will receive a $260 check from your 4th person through infinity. So every single time that you enroll someone, it will always pay that the next week. Again, this is a weekly bonus. This is for you to have a return on investment and to have a return on investment quickly. Residual income, and that's what we all really want to talk about, is what's going to get us to the point of being able to have money on a monthly basis coming in on the work that you do one time. This is paid every single month to all active distributors with at least a 200 point volume per month. Now, when I say 200 point volume, that is everybody is going to be buying the product for themselves. All right, so if we look at that from that standpoint, we have a $200 monthly auto ship that's coming to us in product that qualifies you for receiving the maximum compensation plan that the company has. This is paid on your organizational volume, and it basically boils down to it's approximately 5% of your total organizational volume. It's paid 9 levels deep, and as you can see here on level 1, you'll receive 2%, level 2 is 5, 9, then it's 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, and 2. Okay, so as your people are growing in your organization and it starts spreading out and you start having, I'd say down in level 8, you have 1,000 people just on level 8, you're going to receive 5% of every single order on that level 8 of those 1,000 people. Now this gets very large. Let me kind of going into residual income and building a business. If we look at it from a 5x5 matrix, this is kind of what you're looking at. There's yourself and your first 5 people. Now what you're going to do then at that point is you're going to teach those 5 people to basically duplicate the same exact thing. And those 5 people will do the exact same thing, and those 5 people will do the exact same thing. And as you continue to build your organization and teach, this is kind of what the residual income would look like. This is what it translates into. Now, the very front line doesn't seem like a lot. It's $20 in monthly commissions. But when you get down to your second level, you're now into $250 monthly commissions plus that $20 on your front line. By your third level, you're already up to $2,250 a month in monthly residual commissions. Again, folks, this is something coming in on a monthly basis off your organization. So it's the 2,200 plus the 250 plus the 20. Guys, this grows very rapidly, and it grows very rapidly for the people that get involved in this early because you're on top. You're on the front line. And when the thousands and thousands of people start coming into this business, you're going to be the one picking up all the people that are coming in. That's how this system works, and that's the importance of coming in now, not waiting. Matching bonus. Now, I like this matching bonus, and the reason why I do is because it is actually paying me to continue to help support the team. That's the most important thing. If we think about it, if we just go out and do the business and then not support anybody, what's the point? Our business isn't going to grow, and we're not going to get paid. So the company's designed something to help us go out there and continue to help people enroll and to teach them and train them. And you do this because you know you're going to get a matching bonus. Now, this is what you earn as a matching bonus. So let's say, for instance, we're going to call these generations, all right? So you go out and enroll, let's say, these people that are on your front line that we're looking at here. And I'm going to do something here and see if this actually works. I'm going to try to use a pin here. I don't know if, Greg, are you seeing that? Are you able to see that?
Yes, Brad, I can see it.
Okay. I'm marking in a red spot, and what I'm going to do is call these are not levels in your matching bonus. These are what we call generation, okay? Your first generation are the people you directly enroll. So where you see that red mark right here pointing to this person right here, that is generation 1. When this person, where I just pointed to, enrolls right down here, that's generation 2, all right? So your first generation, you're going to receive a 10% matching bonus off of. So let's say, for instance, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 9 people there. So if we enrolled those 9 people, and those 9 people were receiving a royalty bonus or a match, monthly residual income of just $1,000, that's $9,000 that the company has paid out to commissions to the people that you directly enrolled. They're going to cut you a check for $900 that month for doing that. Second generation, that arrow goes down. That's the people in your first generation that they've enrolled. You're going to receive 5% of their check, and so on, and so on, and so on. This goes down for 5 generations. So you're going to receive a 10% matching bonus on your first level or your first generation of people that you directly enroll, and then you will receive 5% for the next 4 levels. Folks, it doesn't take very many people in your organization to be a superstar to make a very large check on these, okay? But it behooves you to make sure that you're training your people and that you're getting them involved and going to meetings, because that matching bonus will continue to grow as the organization grows. And that's a fantastic thing to know that you're training the people and you're doing that work, and they're going out and collecting more people and they're being successful. You're going to be successful. Now, the elite bonus pool. Now, for those of you, for all of us right now, basically, because of the fact that we're so young, everybody has this opportunity. And as time goes on, this is going to slowly shrink. because more people will be coming into the business. As we all know, most of us get involved in network marketing companies way too late. The timing's already gone. But this bonus pool is for those individuals that actually seize the opportunity of being first. There is 4% of global sales into this elite bonus pool, and it's shared between what we call the Pro 7s through the Pro 10s. Now, the Pro 7s through the Pro 10s are called elite distributors because they've actually gone out and done the work, and they have volume, or they qualified based on how much volume or sales are going through their organization. 1% is going to be shared from the Pro 7s through the 10s. 1% is going to be shared through the 8s and 10s. 1% is going to be shared through the 9s and 10s. And 1% is going to be shared through the Pro 10s by themselves. So, guys, this is a very, very large bonus. And when I say this is that if you think about it, when you come into this business today and you grow your organization and become a Pro 7, you will get to share in everything that's going on in the United States, Mexico, in Japan, and Australia. All the work that all the people have done prior to you coming in, you're getting to share in that bonus pool. Guys, this actually becomes extremely large. And let me give you an example, all right? I'm going to write up here one, it's hard to do it with my computer, 1 billion, all right? Let's say, I truly believe in the next 4 years we will be $1 billion company. When we are $1 billion company, that's $833,000 that's going to be shared. That is per quadrant per month. Okay? Guys, that is extremely large. When you hear about these network marketing guys that have actually made large amounts of money, it's because they got in early and they're getting to share in bonus pools like this. This is going to be extremely large. Again, that is $833,000 per quadrant per month that's going to be distributed. So, would you like residual income? I think we all do. You know, if we stop and think about it, instead of going out and doing what we call the 40-40-40 plan, which is working 40 years of your life, 40 hours, and to try to retire on 40% of what you couldn't already retire on now, doesn't make sense. Let's think of something different to be able to change it. The added saying that we have over here, and I'm sure it's over there too, is that, guys, if it's not working, do something different. If it's not working for you now, do something different. All right? This is a work-life balance. It gives us the opportunity to be our own boss, and you're rewarded for your efforts. And basically, are you just willing to share a life-changing product with friends? And that's what it's all about. We tell friends about everything. If we think about it, if we go out and see a good movie, we have no problem telling our friends that, hey, go check out this movie. If we like a restaurant or a sale item or a new computer, we tell everybody what we like and what we don't like. This is no different. The difference is that in this particular case, you tell someone that you like about this product and like about this business and they get involved, you get paid. That's the difference. How much time will it take? These are some of the concerns that I know that's been addressed here in the United States as well as going on right now during pre-launch. You know, can I lose money? Do I have to sell stuff? And what about the 200 monthly product volume and I don't know 100 people? You know, we hear people that say, I don't know people or I can't sell. First of all, how much time will it take? Well, I know when I first started, I did this part-time. I owned other businesses that I couldn't just sit there and work on this full-time, and I worked on this part-time. And so far, this part-time job became my full-time job in less than 2 years. It has replaced everything that I did for 17 years in owning other businesses in literally 2 years. Okay, so how much time will it take? It is not a get-rich-quick. I can say it's a get-rich-sooner, but it's not a get-rich-quick thing. It is what we call network marketing. It's not net sit-on-the-couch marketing. So understand there will be time involved. How much time is dependent upon you? How much can you put into it, and how much effort? And what is your goals? Are you wanting to be self-supportive financially in 2 years to 3 years? I can say yes, you can definitely do that, and it can be done part-time. Can you lose money? Currently, right now, you can't. First of all, it's because you're getting involved without having any expense outlaid. If you go out there and enroll now and enroll your team, you're going to have a check pretty much for what you put into it. So can you lose money? I guess from if you're looking strictly as a business sense, yeah, a very limited amount. But I'm going to be buying the product and taking it anyway, so I'm not losing it from that standpoint. Do you have to sell? No. I can tell you right now, I have not sold a bottle of Protandim yet, or a bottle of True Science. Literally, I have not handed someone a bottle and actually taken money for it. I have shared the business, I've shared the product, and if they choose to buy it, they choose to buy it off either my website or they choose to enroll and buy it as a preferred customer. But I do not warehouse, and I will not warehouse. I'm not a retail guy. Okay. 200 monthly PV. Some of you might be out there saying, well, you know what? I can't afford to have $200 coming out of my check every single month. Well, there is a way to be able to help reduce that and still qualify for the maximum commission. All right. I can tell you people want the product, and there are lots of preferred customers that are out there. Not everybody wants to do this business, but a lot of people want the product. When you enroll a preferred customer, that dollar amount counts towards your $200 monthly auto ship. So in essence, if you were to say you found 4 people that wanted to be preferred customers and bought the bottle of Protandim, those 4 bottles would count towards that 200 PV. Your requirement would only be 1 bottle of Protandim. So in essence, you can reduce your overhead to only 1 bottle of Protandim. That is a significant impact on your business and overhead. I don't know 100 people. I can tell you the conversation that I have with people that I see as acquaintances on a daily basis, usually every conversation revolves around money or revolves around health. You don't have to know them to share it. If you're in a conversation with someone or an acquaintance at a store and they have no problem and you have no problem saying, hey, I checked out this great movie the other day. You might not really know them that well, but you had no problem telling that. If you truly see the science behind the product and you believe in it, you're not going to have a problem telling them, hey, I'm taking this great product, you might want to check this out. Then if it leads into the business side of things, great. If it doesn't and it leads to them taking the product, great. That's how I've worked my business. And so far, I will have to say that we've only enrolled, between my partner and I, a total of 22 people. So that's only 11 each. In 2.5 years, we've only enrolled 11 people apiece. We currently now have almost 14,000 people in our organization. I would not consider myself that great of a network marketer because I've only enrolled less than I've enrolled less than 1 a month, and I've become what I would consider successful in this company. We're Pro 8s in the company now, and we're fastly approaching Pro 9, and that's with only enrolling 11 guys. So I can tell you, if I can do that, I know anybody can do it. Let's talk about how much money you would need to have in the bank to earn $5,000 a month in passive income. All right, $5,000 a month in passive income is quite a bit of money, especially what we call mailbox money. This is money that shows up in your mailbox or your bank account every single month without having to go punch a clock. $1 million, and that's after tax income, folks. I don't know about you guys, but I don't know how long it would take you guys to actually put $1 million in the bank. I know it would take, most people don't do it. And for you to be able to have an opportunity to have passive income of $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, $10,000, whatever you desire, most people would take a lifetime, and most people don't even get that. So I can tell you this does work. And that's a strong, strong point to be able to know that that check is coming in every single month. Guys, in a nutshell, here it is. Do you currently have what you want now? Did you envision yourself of being where you're at when you were younger? If it's not, I strongly urge you to take a look at this opportunity, because if you're continuing to do the same thing, you will have what you have now and possibly less as you get older. You've got to change the way your thought process works in regards to business, and this is one of the best ways and the least cost-effective ways of being able to do that. Do you have the drive to achieve it? And last but least, is your current job going to get you where you want to be? And I can tell you, if the answer is yes, great. Keep doing what you're doing if you're happy with it. But if the answer is no, guys, right now, you have one of the best opportunities to get involved with something on the ground floor opportunity that can actually change your life. Not just by the product, but also by the residual income that you would be achieving. So, guys, I appreciate your time this evening. I'm very, very excited about the way things are going in Australia, and looking so forward to coming back over in April, and looking forward to getting this thing launched as soon as possible. So, guys, Greg, I'm gonna probably cut it off at this point and say to you, if you have any questions, open it up, and I will be happy to answer those.
Well, just one last thing, Brad. I think that was extremely clear and concise, so thank you for that presentation. As I said, everybody, you can use this if you feel you need to. Brad, last bit of advice for us. We're in the final stages of the pre-launch. Anything you'd suggest to the people if they're new out there? What should they go and do tomorrow or tonight?
Tomorrow, yes, I would be telling this to every single loved one that is out there, because of the fact that you don't want them to miss out on this opportunity. Guys, the time is now. We have a very short window of opportunity right now to get this thing taken care of for yourselves, to be on the ground floor. There is no outlay. If this is something that you decide, in 3 weeks or 4 weeks from now that this isn't for you, then you pull back out, because there's no financial outlay, there is no risk. So get yourself involved, secure a spot in the company to where you're on the ground floor, and just go out there and tell everybody that you know that to sign up. It's about as simple as that. With no money outlay, I can't even imagine what difference there would be, or the risk would be whenever you're not in a financial position to lose anything. So I would say go out there and enroll everybody that you can, and tell everybody that you love that you're passionate about this, and get going as soon as possible, which is yesterday.
Okay, Brad, on that note, thank you very much. We'll wrap it up now. Appreciate your time today or tonight, and as I said, very clear and concise. Great stuff.
Thank you, Greg. Thanks for having me.
Cheers. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.